Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. I'm gonna be doing a keto mukbang Q&A. I've never done one of these before, but I've been getting so many requests to talk a little bit more about keto on my channel. I just looked directly into the sun. That was a horrible idea. I'm getting so many requests to do more keto related videos. I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I decided to do this. We'll see how it goes. I had you guys ask me questions on Instagram, so I'm gonna be answering them. They're not only keto related, so if you don't give a shit about keto, like, don't worry about it. I've got other stuff in here. But yeah, I figured we would go to Chick-Fil-A because then it can be kind of like a Chick-Fil-A Q&A, mukbang, whatever, while also being keto. So I'm gonna show you what I order, answer your questions, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe and let's get started. Got my salad, got my water. I'm excited to get into the questions. Let me get this out because it's gonna be really loud. So I always get a Cobb salad, but I get it without the corn and I get it with cold grilled chicken. You can do the grilled nuggets, but I feel like they have a weird taste. And then I always get the avocado lime ranch dressing. Give it a good shake. I always ask for a large water, by the way, because if you ask for a regular ice water, it'll be really small, and the large water is also free. This is what my delicious salad looks like. I am starving, so I'm gonna eat a little bit really quick because I'm so friggin' hungry. All right, let's get to the questions. It's gonna be really weird because I've never eaten on camera before. Also, like, when I eat, I'm very self-conscious of you being able to like see it inside my mouth and see my nasty food. You know what I mean? So I apologize in advance if this is disgusting. Like, if you can, like, you know what I mean? Are you gonna start doing more vlogs? Yes, I've actually been vlogging a lot. I just need to edit them and then upload them. I have like 3 or 4 filmed right now that I haven't even started editing. How much weight have you lost on keto? I have now lost 35 pounds total. Just a suggestion, make some videos about fast keto snacks. I would love to do that. I need to do more keto videos just because I get so many questions about it. But if you're ever curious what I eat, I literally post everything on my keto highlights on Instagram, and I save everything pretty much. If there's something new, I save it. I post almost daily what I'm eating. How do you stay away from all the YouTube drama? First off, I live in Chicago. Everybody else lives elsewhere. So it's super easy for me. I just don't talk about it. Like, honestly, me even bringing it up right now makes me uncomfortable. I just don't talk about it. I think that what you put out into the world, you get back. And like, I used to be the most negative person and I'm not anymore. And it's not by just, I'm not negative anymore. No, it's, I literally practice not being negative and not complaining. It's very hard. It's a very hard habit to break. Complaining is, it's hard. And also negative thinking. Like, it's hard to just stop thinking shit thoughts. And then as soon as I think something, not every time, but something I like to do is when I start to think something negatively in general, like about a person even, like, I'll check myself and be like, no, be nice. Like, why do you think that? Why are you being shitty about that? So I just think like staying out of the YouTube drama is super easy because I just don't talk about it. I think if I talked about it more, I'd have more negativity on my channel because I'd be attracting that, you know? What's my favorite keto meal? Bacon wrapped chicken stuffed with jalapenos and cream cheese. Fuck me up. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. What's your favorite go-to keto sweet tooth fix? And I've also got a lot of keto snack questions. So my favorite keto snacks are like, I don't really snack, honestly. I do intermittent fasting, so I'll eat like 2 huge meals a day. But if I do want to snack, I just love like coffee with heavy whipping cream. I love strawberries, I love macadamia nuts, I love almonds, cheese. And then I also have these things called keto cups. Where are they? They're so good. This is what they look like. I get them on Amazon, but you can get them at Whole Foods too. One of these is like so good. And then I discovered these at the beginning of the year, like February-ish, and then for Valentine's Day I had chocolate covered strawberries, and I liked this better. Like, if I have one of those with a strawberry, it feels like I'm having a chocolate covered strawberry. It's so good. How long did it take you to get off water weight or inflammation weight before losing actual fat? I'm not actually sure. I skimmed over these questions and a lot of them are about like quick fast fixes, and I'd love to do a whole video just talking about like losing weight and my journey, because it's been a while since I've done that. Because if you're wanting like a quick fix, easy off, easy on. If you want anything to last, it's got to be like long-term goals and like realistic changes, not just like you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's hard to tell because I've been doing it for so long now. I don't know when like the water weight stopped and then the fat started, you know? I don't know. What's your most unpopular food opinion? Ooh, I mean keto. How come you don't do more brand deals or brand outings? I'm not invited. I'm not contacted. I just got invited on my first trip with Keels, which was amazing. I've never been invited before that. No one's ever asked me. So I was so honored that they did, and seriously, I had the best time. There is such a great brand, and I felt so honored to be there. Oops. As far as like brand deals, I just take what comes that matches me. I mean, I get a lot of crazy shit in my inbox, let me tell you, but like anytime I can work with Sephora, Nordstrom, Sigma, like I take those because I love those brands and those companies, and so I just take what comes to me. Will you do a house tour video once it's finished? Yes. Why keto? What made you go that route? I had tried so many different diets and like quick fixes and things that I wanted to make a lifestyle, and it just like I could not do it. I had suffered with like the worst chronic migraines where I had to like go to the hospital for it. A really bad digestion issues where I was super constipated, and I went to the doctor and they took x-rays and I was literally constipated like up to my ribs, and they told me, sorry, this is really gross, sorry if you're eating, but they told me I needed to figure something out and fix the constipation because I would have vomited up shit, actually. And there are people that have died from that. So with the migraines, like I was trying so many different things, and this was the only thing, I feel like I have food in my teeth. This was the only thing I could stick to, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed and was easy for me. Like it was very tricky at first to understand the concept because we're taught the opposite of this for our entire lives. That was hard, but it's seriously so easy to eat out, and I enjoy cooking now, and it's been the only like diet that I've been able to sustain and create into a lifestyle. How do you stay motivated? This is my favorite question. I get this question all the time about being motivated. Let me tell you, I am never motivated. If it was about motivation and just getting motivation, then everyone would just get motivation and this would be easy. 95% of the time, I am not motivated. That's what makes leading a healthy lifestyle, losing weight, whatever, difficult. If everyone could get motivated all the time, it would be so easy. Everybody would do it, but that's why it's so hard, is because it's not about being motivated. It's about doing it anyways when you're not motivated. Some days are easier than others, but let me tell you, like, I almost never want to go to the gym. Of course I want to eat pizza and I want to eat bread and pancakes and waffles. Like, obviously, like that's what I ate my entire life, and yes, I do love this lifestyle and the way that I'm eating. But if you are someone that is wanting to make a change and you want, you know, you want a lifestyle change, you want to whatever, and you're waiting for that motivation, it's not going to happen, or it's going to come and then it's going to go, and then what? So for me, what I learned, because I was the same way, I'm like, how do I get motivated? How do these girls do this? It's about sticking to it when you're not motivated, and that's where you get the results, is consistency and doing it every single day. That's like my biggest advice. It has nothing to do with the motivation. It's just about, you know, some days you just have to go through the motions, and some days, you know, you have to live a little. Like, I understand that too. But for me, I'm almost never motivated, and I just kind of turn my brain off and I just do it, because if I waited to be motivated, I would just continue with my old bad habits. Have you ever used ketones? Do they work? I don't do that. I think it's better to just eat keto. Like, why would I want to put something else into my body to do something that I can do naturally? Like, I'm all about that. I'm not about like a quick fix. So, you know, I am fat adapted. I don't need that. It doesn't take long to get there. And if you're looking at this as more of a lifestyle, then like you don't need that kind of stuff. Do you count your calories as well as carbs? I actually started working with a nutritionist about 2-3 months ago, and she gives me my macros. I will share them with you, but just so you know, they're all very individualized. It's based on like my weight, my height, my age, my active lifestyle, like all that. So I would love to do a what I eat in a day video, and I'd love to go over more information on this, because I don't want you to just start eating what I'm eating because that's what I'm eating as far as like my numbers go. But so she gives me my grams for fats, carbs, and proteins. I'm eating way more than I've ever eaten while dieting. I would constantly eat about 1,500 calories, and then when I started working with her, she gave me my grams amount for everything, like my macros, and I ended up, now I fall between like 1,800 and 2,000 calories a day. So I don't count those calories, like I'm not trying to hit a calorie count, I'm just trying to hit my macros. When I upped my calories, like when all that went up, I lost more weight. Best keto alcoholic beverage? I actually don't really drink that much, so but I'm pretty sure you just have to drink something straight. How are you doing? That's really sweet, thank you. I'm doing really good. Some days are good, some days are bad. Any more wedding updates? I will do a wedding video very soon. It's definitely kind of hard to like figure out how to explain things when you're planning like a destination wedding, because like I'm not meeting with people, everything is like over the internet, you know? So I have to figure out how to do that. Plus, I'm gonna be going and seeing the location soon, so hopefully I can like film that and show you. That'd be cool. What's been the hardest thing for you throughout this journey and new lifestyle? Two things. With the whole keto aspect, the hardest thing is like all of the misinformation out there, or the negative information that you hear that is only specific to certain things. Like I told someone at the gym that I work at that I do keto, and they like rolled their eyes. So that's been hard. And the other thing that's been really hard is that for me, I've always been really, really tiny. And when I gained weight and then I started losing weight, I felt like after I had lost like 20 pounds, that's what I thought I had looked like when I was my heaviest. And I know this is kind of like a touchy subject, because people get really like, you know, when people are talking about weight loss because of body confidence and like body positivity, and like I totally get that. But I'm gonna be honest, like I was not positive about my body, and I probably should have been, but I wasn't. And so when I'd worked my ass off and was already like down so far, and I still wasn't happy, that was really hard. So I think for me, it's just, I'm now like just now finally getting to a place where I'm feeling really good in my own skin. I still have a long way to go personally for my goals that I want to achieve for myself. So for me, it was just always, I just didn't realize what I had looked like. I thought I looked totally different. So that was really weird, because I did not recognize myself. I did not recognize myself at all. So that was really hard. Tips on how to know it's the right diet for you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like keto's not for everybody. To find out if it's right for you, just do it. And if you don't like it, don't do it. Give it like a real shot though. I can't tell you how many times someone's like, oh, I did it for a week and it's just not for me. You need to give it at least a month. Favorite drugstore moisturizer? I love the Alpha Skincare AHA Essential Renewal Lotion. That's what it's called. It's so good. I used that for years and I still have it as like backup moisturizers. I literally have been trying like 10 different moisturizers right now that I really, really love. So I haven't used that one because I used it for like 6 years, but I freaking love that stuff. You can get it at like Walmart, Walgreens, stuff like that. I used to get it at Ulta, but they don't carry it there anymore. Do you plan on returning to a non-keto lifestyle? I don't think so, honestly. Do you know how to prep keto meals? Yeah, you just do it any other way that you prep anything. How do I spice my food? Salt, pepper, garlic. My dad taught me that. How often do you work out? Since July, I've worked out Monday through Friday, like every day. But I finally am burnt out. Did you hit any plateaus? Girl, yes. Plateaus are so normal. Please don't message me and say you started keto 2 weeks ago and you think you're plateauing. Like, what? What? I had someone say that. They're like, I started keto 2 weeks ago. I've lost 5 pounds, but I think I'm plateauing. I'm like, bitch, that's great. Like, that's great results. Some people just want like 50 pounds off in 5 days. Like, that is not how this works. Okay, so for instance, in 3 months, I lost 18 pounds, but I threw out the scale. I was not weighing myself every damn day. Like, stop it. And then the next 6 months, I was the same weight. And since then, I lost 5 more pounds. So since I started with my nutritionist 3 months ago, I've only lost 5 pounds, and let me show you the difference. All my nutritionist did was move my numbers around and I ate more food. So I went from 1,500 calories to 1,800 calories total at the end of the day. Plateaus are so normal. You just have to push through them. Don't do anything crazy different. I mean, you can switch it up a little bit, but don't go getting discouraged, and whatever you do, don't quit, because that's not gonna help anything. How do you deal with going to parties? I just don't go to them. A lot of the same questions, that's good. Someone said they get tired of eating the same food. How do I switch it up? I literally don't get tired of eating the same food. I eat the same shit all the time and I love it. Will I do keto whenever I get pregnant? Truthfully, I would love to get a keto professional, because I know that there might be things that the baby needs that I can't get on keto. I don't know. I haven't done my research or thought that far yet, because I'm not planning on getting pregnant anytime soon. But I would like to find a keto health professional that can guide me through that when that time comes, because I do love the way that keto makes me feel. And I know that like the only things I would eat that wouldn't be keto would be like other fruits and other vegetables. Like I'm not gonna be eating bread and shit. So like I'll probably be fine if I didn't do keto, but I would prefer it because I know that's what makes me feel good, but I'll obviously do whatever is best for the baby. That's like, sounds so weird saying that I haven't talked about like having a baby like ever. What has been the best / worst part of building your home with Ruben? I love that question. Ooh, okay, so many things. I could cry even talking about this topic. It has been the most amazing experience. It's amazing to watch the person that you love build this for you. He works so hard every damn day. He goes to work, I was gonna say 9 to 5. He doesn't work freaking 9 to 5. He works freaking 7 to like 10 o'clock at night every damn day at work. And then after he's done, he'll go to our house and he'll bust his ass until 2 in the morning, and then do it every damn day. And then every weekend, every chance he gets, he's there. It's really cool to walk into the home, like into our house, and just feel us in there, you know, like the decisions we've made together, like everything looks so badass and it's so us, and we both love it so much. And to know that like his hands have touched literally every inch of that home. That is the coolest fucking thing. I would have never thought that that would be like my future with my future husband. And then the hardest part is that the time and the money. I mean, we don't have a mortgage. We are paying for this out of pocket as we go. So yes, it's been a really long ass time. So that's really hard, but it's gonna be amazing because we're not gonna have a mortgage. We're not gonna have anything. We're not gonna have like a 30-year mortgage or anything like that. It'll be ours. We miss out on a lot of stuff. Like our friends will invite us over for things, but we're already like at our house, you know what I mean? Like, and we've broken away from it, you know, and we've gone and hung out with our friends when we, you know, sometimes, but then there's always that guilt of like, oh, we should be at the house. But then sometimes when like he's super tired, I'm like, you need to take a break, but he's like, well, the house won't get done. So it's a lot. It's gonna feel so amazing once we're in there, but like overall it has been like the coolest experience, and I am so grateful for him and for God and for this whole experience, and the fact that we're even us together are able to do it, and that he's done it. It's so cool, and I really hope that we can get to a place where we can keep this home in our family forever. Because I don't know if you guys know this, there was a house on the property before that he ended up knocking down. It used to be the house that his mom grew up in. So since that's like her yard, you know, it's like we would love to just keep that in the family. How are you doing from the outside? It seems like you've been thriving recently. That's so sweet. I've been doing really good. But I had like the worst mental breakdown like a week ago. I don't handle stress like good at all. I was having one of those days. I forgot what happened. There was a bunch of bullshit that happened earlier in the day, but then I get in my car. I'm like gonna go drive to my house and meet Ruben at the house, which is like 30 minutes away. I go to get off at the exit and the cops had blocked off the exit. I was like, damn it, I don't know how to get there from the next exit, but I got off at the next exit. I put on my GPS. All of the directions were telling me to get back onto the highway, but I couldn't. I was already crying about something else. Like I was like freaking out about something else. I forgot what it was, but something else was going on. I'm down this dark road, which I can't really see good at night. I go to turn around and this guy's like, it wasn't even his driveway. It was like next to his house, and he came out with his big ass dog, was like screaming at me. I'm on the phone with Ruben, bawling my eyes out. I couldn't find my way home. I was like, you know what, F it. I'm gonna figure out a way to get back on the highway that they're blocking off. And sure enough, I did that, but that was the dumbest thing I could have done. There's a reason they were blocking it off. There was some sort of accident or something, because it was so backed up. We weren't even moving. I was stuck on the highway for like 2 hours. And then when finally we got off the highway, I'm driving on the street to go get Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner because there was nothing else open because it was midnight now. And this freaking semi truck comes like barreling up my ass. And then I tried to move over and he moved over and almost ran into me again. I'm like, what the fuck? That was last week. So I'm doing great. But it's all what I'm putting out there on the internet. I'm doing better than I have like ever in life, I think. But I am a stress case, so like the next day I was like, what was yesterday? You know what I mean? And Ruben was so sweet when I finally got there. Oh, and all of that to say, Ruben would have come and like got me and like drove, like figured out a way to get me back home or whatever, but his truck broke down twice and was in the shop twice, so he was stranded at the house and couldn't go get food and couldn't come get me and whatever. Do you count macros or do you do lazy keto? For me, right now when I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Overall, in life, I will do lazy keto, which is like, you don't really track anything. You're eating keto approved foods. You might have chips with your guacamole on the weekends. You know what I mean? I did that and I stayed the same weight for like 6 months. Totally fine. But at least now I know that's how I can maintain my weight. Maintaining is freaking hard. Gaining weight's so easy for me that maintaining was really hard. So lazy keto is how I maintain, but when I want to lose and like make changes in my body, I will count. So that's what I'm doing currently. Tips for people who don't like guacamole or eggs but want to do keto, check out my highlights because I rarely have either of those. I've heard ketosis causes your brain to not work as properly. Is that true? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what are you, like, do some research. Best Starbucks keto drink. Iced Americano with heavy whipping cream and sugar-free vanilla. Any talk of kids after the wedding? To be honest, like when it comes to stuff with like Ruben and me and like our relationship, we've never talked about things. Things just happen. And I love that about us. It was never like, so when should we get married? It was just kind of like, oh, let's do it. You know what I mean? So we haven't really talked about kids. I mean, we talk about kids, like we talk about like, oh yeah, our future kid will blah, 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 or whatever, but it's never like, so you want to have them here? How old do you want to be when you have kids? You know, it's just kind of like when the time will come, it will come and it will happen. And I don't know when that'll be. Biggest obstacle as an influencer? Freaking all of it. Comparing yourself is really hard. Honestly, like my whole body image, like I've had so many really cool ideas, but I've never wanted to do them because I was always self-conscious with my body. Like I know, again, with the whole body positive thing, like I should have been more body positive with myself, but I just wasn't. I did not feel like myself. I was not happy and I didn't want to show myself. So now I'm feeling like I woke up from a hibernating nap for the last like 7 years. So I think like dealing with real life, and this is really complicated. 7 years ago, something very traumatic happened in my life, and that I believe is what caused my depression and what caused my eating habits to just explode. And I, for the longest time, turned off who I was as a person and became a very cold bitch. Dealing with all of that happened years ago, I don't think I'll ever talk about the specifics of that because it doesn't just involve me, it involves a lot of different people. But dealing with that and the things that came with it over time, dealing with that while being on camera, like things would happen like where I'd be filming and like bullshit was happening and like I had to deal with that, bawl my eyes out, come back on camera and film like everything was fine. That was really hard. So like dealing with your real life while also trying to like act like everything's fine. I think I'm gonna link a video down below. Makeup by Tiffany D did it. Hopefully I can find it, where she talks about like social media and all that kind of stuff. People tend to get mad at influencers for only showing good things, but at the same time, I don't want to show like the bad parts either. And I think that we all need to take social media with a grain of salt. And I think that's been hard as an influencer, because I think social media in general is hard because it's very easy to compare yourself, but now with it being a job, I end up comparing the job aspect. So I'm like, oh, like I should be posting this instead and I should be doing this instead. And like, it's like, why am I even thinking that way? It's so stupid. But what makes it amazing and awesome is that this is my dream job and you guys are fantastic. Like, I swear I have the best followers and subscribers. You guys are so nice. And I wouldn't love it as much if it wasn't for you guys. You guys make it what it is, so thank you. Do you do OMAD? If you've never heard of OMAD, that stands for 1 meal a day. So that meal would consist of like 1,800 calories just in the 1 meal. I do it sometimes when it feels right for my body or when I want quicker results. I'll do that, but it's not all the time. Sometimes I do it. Usually I'll have about 2 big meals a day. If you could indulge for 1 day and not feel like shit later, what would you eat? I love that because and not feel like shit is like the key. Deep dish pizza. Fuck yeah. Macaroni and cheese and pasta and pop. You guys, I have been addicted to pop, like Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper for years. I would have like 5 a day for years. I haven't had pop in 2.5 years. How did you and Ruben meet? How did he propose? We met in high school freshman year. I've had a crush on him ever since. And then he proposed a 1.5 years ago on New Year's with fireworks at a hotel downtown. Scariest nightmare. I need to like do research on dreams. Dreams are so interesting to me. The scariest dream I would have, I would get every single year. Doesn't that kind of like mess you up? It's so freaky. It was that these group of people were coming almost like terrorists, and we'd have to like line up in a row, and the person at the back would have to lift their shirt up and they'd cut the shit up out of your back. It sounds really stupid, but I would get these dreams as a kid every year, like nonstop. Super weird. I feel like I have like mainly good dreams though now, and they're all very vivid, and I usually remember them, and I'll remember them for years. Like I'll be driving and I'll like start thinking of a dream that I had a long time ago. It's super weird. What did you do for a living before YouTube, and what was your subscriber count when I quit? I don't remember what my subscriber count was when I quit. Ooh, but before I did this, so I started working in retail, and I worked at Victoria's Secret Pink, and then I moved up in the company. They had like a temporary holiday manager position open, so I took that. Well, I applied for it and I got it. I was already working there, but like they just moved me up in the company. And then when that position was coming to an end because it was just temporary, I got a new job as a manager at Bare Minerals, at the Bare Minerals boutique in Orland. And then I really wasn't having the best time working for the company. I love the products, but I don't love the way that company is run. So then I applied for the operations lead at Sephora. So I got that and did that for a little while. Loved that job. That for sure was like the best job I had before YouTube. I love Sephora. That company really cares about their employees. And then I wanted to go more towards like the makeup side, because what I was doing was very managery, and I really wanted the education lead position at Sephora, because that's basically what I do now here on YouTube, but I would be doing it inside of like a Sephora store. But I didn't get that, so I quit and I started working at MAC inside of Nordstrom. Absolutely hated that job. That was the worst job. We didn't really fit well together, so I was only there for a couple of months. That's when my migraines really started getting really bad, and I had to go to the hospital one of the days that I was at work, and they didn't like that. It was a Saturday, and they had a problem with me going to the hospital, so that was probably one of the main reasons why I left. And then I went back to Sephora part-time during holiday, just so that because it's weird. It's hard to quit your job to start a business. It's freaking terrifying. So I just did that, and then I realized, okay, I'm only working Saturdays. Like, what is that gonna give me? No fucking money. So I quit. All right, you guys, that is it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed eating with me. I hope it wasn't like gross. I hope I wasn't talking like with my mouth open or anything, but I had so much fun doing this video and answering your questions. I hope I answered a good variety of both makeup and food and all that kind of stuff. If you want more keto videos, please let me know down below. I can totally do that, like a what I eat in the day, workout routine, like whatever, once I start that back up again, because I've been kind of like on a workout hiatus. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I upload my next video, and I'll see you later. Bye.